everybody, I got a tip. If you want me here, take a trip. It make you holler, it make you shout. Come along with me, we're tripping now. Now listen, girls, and listen, boys. These little things, they ain't no toys. They are for real, know what I mean. They make you holler, they make you shout. Come on, baby, we'll trip on out.
Oh, what is going on, sea monkeys? Sorry, I was a bit of a cock tease last night, but I just wasn't really feeling up to YouTube, and I'm actually not right now. Hopefully you fuckers will change that for me. So we just ended up doing something on Discord instead. It doesn't look like notifications are going out, which is nothing abnormal. But it doesn't look like my bot is working to the Discord either. Oh well, fuck it. I'll figure it out later. Or maybe I'll just nuke the whole damn thing. I'm told that the new Discord is just it's the same as the boy server except without Ray. So I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. What's going on, General Sea Monkey? What's going on, Rod Plumber? What's going on, Susan? What's going on, A-Cops behind us? Sea Monkey server, bitches. That's right. A very exclusive server, by the way. There are people that I like that I can't let in just because of the criteria we have. And there are people that I don't like that, you know, could potentially be let in. What's up, Locke? Oh, for fuck's sake. Where's everybody at? I could tell the notifications didn't go, but either way. Hey, what's up, Dominique? How the hell are you? For the 24th? Yeah, I'm assuming that I fucked up somewhere on that. I changed that earlier. It did say the 24th. I was supposed to go live last night, but just wasn't feeling it, so I changed it to tonight. But I don't know if I hit something wrong. I don't know, but I do remember that if you schedule one, if it's too late in the day, it goes ahead and makes it the next day for you. So I'm assuming that's probably what happened, and I just wasn't paying attention. I tell you what, though. Hey, what's up, Melinda? Speaking of sea monkeys, I am glad that people are starting to see what myself and others have been saying all along about certain people. People are finally starting to realize that not just me, but I was right. Rod is banned from Locke's channel, huh? I wonder who did that. I thought Rod was a mod in there. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. I can't keep track of who else modded where. What is up, Cat Eyes? Yeah, it says the 24th. It still says the 24th? Huh. Because I changed it to I changed it to the 23rd earlier, and then I just now changed it from not well like 20 minutes ago. I changed it from 9 p.m. to 9:10 because I was running late. It's been raining and stormy here, so I didn't. There's stuff that I wanted to get done today, and I've been actually been pretty lazy today. I just been not paying attention to the time. What's going on, Moments Live? What's going on, Jeff? The cool Jeff. Turn up the heat. I'm feeling a lack of motivation. I've been turning up the heat in certain areas. I'm just not doing it out in the open. You can probably guess at least one of them that I'm talking about. Sometimes things are more effective if you do it quietly, but I guarantee you, at least one of the people that has been spreading lies about me and potentially trying to get me locked up, that person is feeling some heat right now, but not from here. And if they're not yet, they will be. Yeah, I was thinking about that spokesman and co-founder. I could use a little bit of that productivity powder. It does help. It does work. Bill is only motivated by titties and cocaine. That is a fact. But it's nice to see Lion Ryan and a few others finally fucking people recognize what I've been saying all along. Okay, let's set the drugs aside because not I don't even suggest anybody do drugs. But for a heterosexual male, is there any heterosexual male in here that is not motivated by titties? Hey, what's up, Shauna? Speaking of cute chicks, well, I tell you what, spokesman, I have anxiety too, but I think I don't know. They've said that I have or probably have ADD or ADHD, whatever the fuck it was, but I don't like. I never went and officially had it diagnosed. I don't think so. Coke, I mean, yeah, it does get me hyper, but like I can do coke and just sit and chill on the couch for a while. And it's one of the only times when I can still draw like a motherfucker. Are we talking about boobies? Yeah, girls have a tendency to raise your anxiety levels. Also, that is also a fact. And my problem is I don't really want a drug chick. Once in a while, if she does shit, whatever, I don't care. But I don't want a full on addict like me. Because I tend to do way less when I'm with a straight laced chick, and it just causes problems. As long as she can tolerate my moderate use, we're good. Hey, why are you asking me that in text? Ask it in the fucking chat. Why did I name it? Oh, no, I named it that yesterday because people were saying that Bobby Joe was live and she gives them a headache, and whoever else was live, and they were just talking about how it gives them all headaches. So that's why I titled it that. I try to keep the screaming to a minimum, though it does happen sometimes. Hey, what is up, Double Bubble? Yes, that is in fact little fucker. He is a big fucker now. Sometimes he looks like a freaking panther. Drinking some water. Fuck that. The only water I drink is when I'm swallowing pills. That's actually not an exaggeration. I keep a bottle of water by my uh, pill cabinet. Yes, I have an entire cabinet for pills. That's pretty much the only time I drink straight water, unless I'm out hiking or something. Anybody know a remedy for heartbroken betrayal? Oh shit! Moments. Please tell me something didn't happen with your fiance. There is no cure for that. There is no actual remedy for it other than time. Now you can go out and get all kinds of fucked up and you'll feel better for a little while, but the next day you got the same shit plus a hangover. I've faced a lot of heartbreak and betrayal in my life as well. Like it's hard to break my heart nowadays because I just don't ever give my heart over totally anymore. Uh, and I'm pretty much never surprised when I get betrayed. I mean, okay, let me walk that back. I'll feel surprised, but not surprised. You know what I mean? It just has happened so much. It still hurts, but like it just doesn't. No, she's fine. Okay, good. It's your dad. Well, yeah, that's the thing. You can always go out and get a new girlfriend, but you can't just go out and get a new dad. Bill still exclusively wears his hat back for the boys. Hell yeah. Only when I need the money, Dub. I actually don't wear my hats that way. I think it's stupid looking, but anyway, yeah, sometimes you got to turn it around. Nobody wants a fucking bill of a baseball cap tapping at your belly button. It's kind of annoying. The only way to get over one lover is to get under another. Hell yeah, that works. What is up, Warbot? Oh, you changed your name again, aka the Legend Killer Taker of Clouts. Tell you what, though, Clout's not like they handed out way too much of it, and it caused cloutflation, which lessered the value of all clouds across the board. So clout's not really worth a whole lot anymore. You just can't do as much with it now. What is up, Doctor Mortician? Hope you're doing better. The only thing your husband will get over is about 10 feet of dirt. Right on. Sucks that you're married, though. Jeff stocked up on clouds and it really lowered the value. Yeah. His clouds were never really Jeff's clouds compared to everybody else's clouds. It's kind of like comparing the yen to the American dollar. It takes like 4 billion or something like that. I don't remember what it is now, but it's kind of like that. All right, good, Jason. I'm glad you're doing better. Yeah, buying clouds off of Asians doesn't count either. Jeff got his clouds from Timu. Oh man, yeah, you got to watch Timu. I've heard people say they got good deals, but pretty much everybody that I've heard of that has ordered like a name brand knife off of there, it's been fake. Like it'll look like a real Cold Steel or pick your brand, but uh, and they'll even come in a box that looks real, but they're not. So you got to watch. Throw Mama from the train. Yeah, I remember that. Owen. All right, the link should be pinned. I'm really just not feeling this, but if anybody wants to hop up, you're more than welcome. I've really got nothing on the agenda. Okay, let me walk. And anybody that I normally will allow up here, because there's about a third of the regular panel people that I just don't allow unless we're talking shit about them. And even then, sometimes. Yeah, I looked into Timu to see if it was like a full on scam. It's not like a full, well, I don't know how to describe it. Some say it's a full on scam, some say it's not, some say it's a mix. But I do know that some of the knife channels that I watch, they've ordered knives off of there and they've all been fake. But some articles, business articles that I read, said that what Timo is trying to do is actually knock Walmart and Amazon out of the way because they're American companies. So, and their government is actually backing them. Like they did this in the steel industry too. American steel used to be America used to control the steel market, and I was a steel worker when all this went down in the mid to late '90s. Um, their governments, Russia, China, Japan, all of them, India, their government started subsidizing them so that they could sell steel for less than what it cost them to make it on the open market. And it destroyed the American steel companies like Bethlehem and uh, yeah, all of the big ones got knocked out. So, but yeah, I've seen on there. I've seen knives that cost $150 for the real ones, and they've got them on there for like 40. That something just tells you that it's not right. And then I've seen a couple of small channels. I mean, even smaller than mine that had brand deals with Timu making. You know what I mean? You know how they do that. So obviously they're just trying to get in any way they can. I wouldn't. Like when you have a channel, especially after you get like around 700 or so subs, that people really start hitting you up. Hey, would you like? There's a lot of gothic jewelry ones. They want you to hog their jewelry for them. I'm not a jewelry guy. Um, yeah, it all just seems a little bit sketchy, but still, I wouldn't unless it was something that I really believed in and knew was good. Uh, I wouldn't do it. They'd have to pay me a whole lot of money. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting like I don't know. I haven't really seen it as much here lately, but fucking Raid Shadow Legends. It was like everybody that had a YouTube channel was trying to sell Raid Shadow Legends. I cannot tell if my chat is frozen or if you guys just aren't talking. One of the two. Either way, I don't feel like fucking with it. Hang on. I'm looking at your text right now. You tried to type, but nothing. It won't go in. Huh. Is anybody else having that problem? I see other people typing now. Was anybody else trying to type and it just wouldn't let you add a comment? Because like I've had it happened to Dominique and she's a mod. Not right now, but uh, like people will say I can't type in your chat. Why am I blocked? And they're not blocked. So I'm assuming something funny like that's happening again. Do I think Nanya Bobby Ho denied Telly's advances, which is why he spent 5 hours today reading DMs between them? No, I don't really think so. Um, I think that Telly is just an asshole, and uh, he thinks that people thinks or he thinks that people give a fuck what he thinks for one thing. They don't. Um, but I think he just needs something to talk about. At least he's not talking about me 24/7 like he has been. Yeah, I forgot to hand out the party favors, General. Sorry about that. I'm gonna make that your job. YouTube deletes messages. Yeah, I know that. And if they if they've had too many people file complaints against you, sometimes they suppress you for a while. That's also happened to me. But the thing is if this is what Telly does to his so-called friends, like why how like he's just destroyed This is part of the reason why I scratch out people's names and stuff when they accuse me of putting out fake screenshots, which I made some fake shit to send to Twomper. I've done that, but I don't present fake things publicly. Um, but like nobody's ever gonna tell him anything in confidence again, and then what's he gonna talk about? Nobody. I mean, how can anybody trust him now? These people, even though I don't like these people, they trusted him, and he fucking betrayed it. So yeah, anybody that would trust him in any way after this is just stupid. What's up, Pat Con? Sad, Telly, sad. It is. He's a sad man. He like just normal everyday stuff. If I, you know, like when I was talking about cutting the cords when my kids were born, that's a very common thing. I mean, they set it up, and all you do is take the scissors and cut the cord. He turned that into I said that I was delivering babies and shit, which I never said. Like it doesn't matter what I say. He's like, "Oh, that's a lie." What were you doing at 12:14 p.m. on that day? It's like, how the fuck would I know? And I'm assuming like a lot of shit that that's the thing. He's not the first, man. This is I've been through this. I don't know how many times people say, "Oh, you were never this, you were never that." I'm done fucking proving shit. They can go back and look for it and find it. Um, they're just not. He's not important. I'm assuming that he found like the machine gun stuff and what else was there? Yeah, he said I was never a bondsman. I'm assuming he finally found all that stuff because he shut the fuck up about it. But there was no apology. There was no admission of being wrong. What is up, Sam Clinton? What's going on, White Claw? Danielle. Now there's a sight for sore eyes. Danielle's got a dirty mind, by the way, just so y'all know. Did Telly not cut the cord? I doubt it. It doesn't sound like he. I don't know. Are you even a man if you haven't delivered a baby? I asked them though, both times with my kids. I asked them if I could bring my own knife, and I guaranteed it would be sharper than theirs, but they wouldn't do it. I wanted to have the knife that I cut my kids' cords with, but it didn't work. They wouldn't even let me have the scissors. What's going on, JT Colfax? He called the FAA on Bill from freaking Sweden. Now that is an obsessed weirdo. Yeah, he's done way more. See, and he said that this guy records everything else. Did he record that phone call? I don't believe so because I haven't heard of it. And I also know that, for one thing, they can't ever get my real name right. And another thing, I happen to know for a fact I'm not the only Bill Powell that's had a pilot's license. But yeah, this thing, I hate to go this route, but you guys have seen him and Jason are buddied up together. Jason actually did lie about being a bounty hunter, but Telly seems to ignore that. And that's why Jason is after me because I called him out on that shit over a year ago. But these dude, it's getting creepy. I'm not gonna lie. These hate simps. I made a new word, by the way. I call them hate simps because they are. They're like simps, except they hate you. It's weird, man. It is it's creepy. I kind of am a duck. Well, I don't want to brag, but I can switch kittens' heads and tails around, interchange them. Am I a Marlboro Red type? Yeah, actually, I've been smoking Winston's here recently, but yeah, I like Marlboro Reds. When I first started smoking, I was smoking Camels back when they had the Camel Cash. I got some nice stuff from that. What's going on, Community Remix? Sorry if I missed anybody, but I'm stupid. What's going on, Pullover? I mean, Telly's a middle-aged man with pink hair. It's kind of hard to take him seriously. Lucky Strikes. Yeah, I've smoked a few of them. I've got. I used to collect military stuff. I had some old sea rations from like World War II in Korea. The military actually used to give you 5 Lucky Strike cigarettes with your meals. Is anybody else in here old enough to remember when you could smoke in McDonald's and they had the McDonald's ashtrays and McDonald's matches and stuff? You don't want to eat the matches; they aren't very good. But uh, oh yeah, you used to be able to smoke in lots of places. You can't now. Just saying, can you get Marlboro Red 100s? Yeah, if you say if you ask for Marlboro Lights now, they look at you funny. What the fuck's a light? Okay, you want a pack of cigarettes and a lighter? Yeah, they don't know what you're talking about. When I started smoking, there was a brand called Monarch. It was 79 cents a pack, and I think name brand stuff was like $1.09 or something. Yeah, Julie Jade, what's going on airplanes? Yep. Yeah, they were tiny little foil ashtrays. I'm not trying to justify or make smoking sound cool because it's not. I'm just speaking about my experience, which of course Telly will have to question and analyze and say that I've lied about all of it. Show me a McDonald's ashtray, mate. Show me a McDonald's ashtray. I don't believe you. Okay. Ultralights, yeah, they had the holes right. They were basically a light, but they had holes right in front of the filter. It felt like smoking air. But at the end of the day, you just smoked more of them because you were still trying to get the same nicotine fix. And cigarette machines, yep. Yeah, they're called Marlboro Gold nowadays. Oh shit, I missed something. 1 year, January 2nd. Hey, that's awesome. I've quit for I'm in no means trying to jinx you in any way, but I quit for 5 years once. I quit for 2 years. I quit for a couple of months at a time, a bunch of times, but I just lack the motivation now. I don't even want to try. I just don't care. They found I've talked about this already. I wish I wouldn't have, but it's out there already. But they found a spot in my lung, I guess about, well, it was when I rode that grain truck. The doctor didn't like the way I was breathing, so we had him uh, give me a chest X-ray, and they found a spot in my lung. But I just never. I didn't even go back to find out what it is. It might be nothing. It might be that golf ball I snorted when I was a kid. Who knows? But I just don't want to know. I don't care. Oh yeah, those little. I've got. I'm not sure where it's at, but I've got one of those ashtrays for my purse. But it's shaped like a coffin. You press a button, the lid opens up, and a little thing flops out for you to set your cigarette on. Pretty neat little gadget. But like when I'm out in the woods and stuff, I carry an empty Altoids tin so that I don't have to throw my butts out into the woods. Being a noisy, busy maze got Kelly fired from the Bisco. Interesting. Yeah, 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 Danielle, I get it. When you start uh, giving me blowjobs and taking my money, then you'll have a say in it. Yeah, Sam, actually, are you still in here? Because I got a bone to pick with you. Not a bad one. Some things can be treated. I know. I just don't care. That's all there is to it. I never went back and really had it diagnosed or anything, but the my family doctor said that it looked to him because he knows that I used to be around a lot of paint chemicals and a lot of farm chemicals. I don't know if he could tell by the shape or I don't know how he can tell, but he said that he didn't think it was from cigarette smoking. He thought it was from all the chemicals that I used to work in. I don't know how they can tell from just an X-ray, but that's what he said. You pay for BJ. You've been doing it all wrong. Oh, Danielle, we need to have a talk. We need to have a talk in the back of a '58 Chevy, which I don't have anymore, but I'll find one. No, no, I actually don't pay for blowjobs. I'm just saying. I actually worded that poorly. I realize what I said now. What I, um, yeah, the way I said it did sound kind of sketchy, but um, what I was getting at without trying to be sappy about it is people that I don't have a real world relationship with don't get to help me make those kinds of decisions. That's what I meant there. Scar tissue. Yeah, it might be General C. Monkey. I don't really know. Well, all right, Danielle. This probably isn't the best place to have this kind of conversation, but uh, I do care about you, but I can't even get you to talk on the freaking phone. Look, here's the deal. No, nobody here depends on me for anything except for city live streams. This is going differently than I had planned. Well, oh well. Back to the drama. Yeah. What time does the fuckery start? I was actually kind of trying to avoid the fuckery, but if you guys have something you want to be fuckered about, let me know. Let's hear the Zippo. I actually don't have my Zippo on me. I'm using the old dependable disposable. I got to get some fluid, and then I'll be back to the Zippo. Was that Bill clapping with no hands? Yes, it was. I had my hands completely behind my back, and I was clapping with my forehead and my cock, just in case you're wondering. Sounded like my ass cheeks clapping. How, well, how would you know what my ass cheeks sound like? Hmm? Have you been watching me too? Hit my Cash App, Sam's Clint, and I'll bounce my ass for you. Actually, I'm so fucking crippled up now. If I tried to twerk, I would probably end up in traction at the hospital. I think the real Sam is hiding from me because I said I have a bone to pick with him. He was in here a second ago. Just lean over a walker. Oh, oh, I could tell you stories about walkers. Those retirement home chicks never say no. There's Danielle with the save, as always. Where's Clown? Yeah, I heard that Clown was trying to justify his doxing. I I heard that he was trying to justify it and like was kind of lying about what he'd done. So I was also told, I didn't watch it, but I was also told that, well, the last time he was up here, I said that 42% of clowns, and I stopped because I couldn't think of the word, and I was going to say impotent. That's what I was going to say. He jumped in and said pedophile. Now, that is a real statistic. 42, at least 42% of clowns are pedophiles, but I wasn't going to say that about him. I don't say that kind of shit about people without proof. That was not what I was going to say. I was trying to think of the word impotent, and I drew a brain fart. He said pedophiles, and I have made a post about this in the a little while back, but it was nothing to do with him. It's the same thing with mall Santas. Like you just got to watch who's around your kids was the point. It wasn't. It was not a reference to that clown. But the fact that he took it so personally, you know what I mean? I was not calling him a pedo. What's up, Josh? The clown's in a deep depression in his RV seeking approval from strangers on the internet. Very sad. Yeah, I agree. It's too bad he chose the wrong side, which in the past, by his own words, he knows that they're all dirtbags. He talked about it before he jumped over there. Whose panel was it that he ran over to after? I have no idea, General C. Monkey. I don't know. Uh, Somebody sent me because they know that I don't watch him, but they sent me a link to a thing that he'd made, and I read the title, but I never actually watched it. I don't remember it word for word, but it said that I had insinuated that he was a pedo. Oh, he said that I said that he was a pedo without saying he was a pedo, but that's not at all what I was saying. I don't um, I don't say that kind of shit about people if I don't believe it to be true. But as far as whose panel he ran to after, I have no idea. I just had a brain fart. I couldn't think of the word impotent. I mean, look, I'm legally crippled also, and it does fucking like once I couldn't work anymore, it does drive you into a deep state of depression that never really goes away. But um, going around and trying to make other people miserable in the process isn't cool. There's better ways to handle it. I mean, the dude legit thinks that he's funny, which I don't know. It is what it is, I guess. Did you see PH Christ struck the? Oh yes, I did actually. Um, I did actually see that. The panel channel. I don't think I'm subscribed to the panel channel, but they show up. I've been sent enough of their links. And I've watched enough of them that they show up in my feed actually pretty often, really. But yeah, I did actually see that one today. That's funny. She don't mind using other people's shit, but when it happens to her, she fucking. That was kind of one of the people I was talking about. Was the panel channel. They're finally starting to fucking see what I've been saying all along about certain people. I mean, if I struck, I have struck people. I'm 100% every strike that I've filed, it's gotten taken down. And God knows I could have done it to panel channel a bunch of times. Uh, but I don't. They're not a threat to me, you know. It was under because I know that the panel channel has um, just played parts of mine uninterrupted, and it wasn't like they didn't do it under fair use. Um, but I don't know. I didn't actually see it. But Pat Con is right though. If it's a false strike, YouTube tells you right in the terms of service that you can lose your channel over a false strike. It is a thing. That's why you got to make real sure that it's not fair use. What's up, Rob Deep? You didn't miss anything. You just all you really missed was me pissing and moaning and trying to get into Danielle's pants. That's pretty much it. Oh, I don't know what you're thinking of, PatCon. I didn't actually see it, but I did see the strike thing. Hey, speak of the devil, and they shall appear. Appear. Thanks for that, Bill. Yeah, I only strike against people that I really, really don't like, and I really, really don't know you. So I do have a bone to pick, though. There has been times where you played uh, parts of conversations where I either corrected myself like 5 minutes later and said, "Oh, I just said that wrong." Shit like that's happened, but oh well. Filing strikes is kind of a pain in the ass because you gotta go find that link or you gotta have the link directly to it and then go back and forth and this and that. But it's a pain in the ass. So basically, and I probably wouldn't have filed against the panel channel anyway, but there's a bunch of them that like Ryan that I could file, but I'm just too fucking lazy. I have somebody that keeps better track of that shit than I do. Bless her heart. She's got a bunch of them stacked up that I could file on, but she's pretty careful to make sure that we don't do any false strikes, which is why I'm 100%. Your headache, hey, what's up, 11s? Your headache is slowly dissipating. Hey, no problem. I don't usually make those kinds of titles because that's why I never put chill stream, because every freaking time I put chill stream, it turns into a bunch of warfare. So I don't ever put chill stream anymore. I took a chance. I didn't guarantee no headache, just less of a headache than other channels. What's up, White Claw? It speaks volumes that she struck, in your opinion. Yeah. Ed pulled the gun thing. Yes, that was one of them. Yep, you're absolutely right. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, but I was talking about when Ed's brother's place or whatever the fuck it was got raided. I said that Ed, I said he, and I fucked up. I said it wrong. Uh, I said he, and I made it sound like Ed tried to take the cop's gun, but it was his brother. What's up, Brandon? Everyone is full of lies lately. You never will know the truth about anything anymore. Yeah, that is not a lie. Panel channel, do you mind saying if that's the only strike you have right now? That just means you can't, you don't go live anyway, but like you can't post for a week, or is it that kind of strike? Because there's different kinds. Some of them don't affect your channel at all, and some of them you can't post for a week or go live. They have different ones. PJ got bodied in the panel channel comments. So, oh, I bet she did. I'll bet she did. That's like when Barb tried to make it. I played as far as I can recall. If I'm wrong, I'm sure somebody will remind me. But I think there was one time that I remember clearly was Todd. I was replaying part of his live because it's not something I normally do. Um, and Barb did a copyright strike on it and tried to make it look like it was Todd trying to start shit with me and Todd. Um, but she spelled his last name wrong, which at the time I didn't know how he spelled his last name. There's different ways to spell Sergeant. But the dumbass used her real email address, and that was how we knew it was her. So, yeah. Anything, you just learned that today, Anthony? You just learned today that anything's possible with money. Imagine striking the panel channel very low. See, Damone was actually man enough to ask me if he could use my content, and I don't think I've ever said no to anybody that asked, even if I knew that they were gonna prove that I was an asshole. I don't think I've ever said no to anybody that asked. Yeah, thing is though, like if you have other ones, like even if it doesn't paint her in a bad light, if you have other ones of her from her channel in the past, she could go back and strike those too. So I'd be careful. There's 4 lives right now. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't know who's live. I'm not sub to the ones that I don't like, or some of them I'm sub to. I just turn off notifications. And even the people I do like you can't. I don't have a regular time of day where I can go. I just have to go when I can. So I try to not step on certain people, but there are people that go live every fucking day. I just, you know, I'm starting to not give a shit. Oh yeah, no problem, Dumone. You are unbanned on a probationary basis. And I got my finger on the trigger. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, I don't usually play other people's material, but if I did, um, most of the time, if they just came and asked me to take it down, I would. I got to counting them up the other day, and I have 56 privated or unlisted live streams, and I don't even know how many I totally deleted. But a lot of those are because somebody was up here and like they just get too comfortable talking and they reveal shit about themselves and then regret it later. And I've got no problem taking things down because of that. Yeah, that's a thing, Eric, is people are so fucking hypocritical, and we all have our biases, but the way they attack people and then they turn around and cry when somebody throws some shit back at them, um, especially when you can prove that they lied about something, it's I don't know. And like Damone and I mean, it's just I used to be friends with them. I've met these, Damone did too. I've met these people in person. We used to be cool, and all of a sudden they started throwing shit at me, and I mean, she uses the excuse that she thinks that I knew about the penny thing before it happened, which I didn't, and I spent some time trying to smooth some things out between them and other people regarding that thing too. I don't know. They just fucking flipped on me on a dime, and I don't know. Like, I don't know all the details, or really even any of the details about exactly what happened between PHI and Damone, but uh, I know that they were tight, and the fact that they flipped so easily on him kind of tells me a lot too. And see, here's something else. I know I've said this about a million times, but just because, and I'm not saying that all of it, because I know that most of it's not, but just because something is coming from Gabby's account doesn't mean that she's the one typing it. Gabby and I used to talk quite a bit, um, and then there were times where Gabby and I would be talking, and I think it's kind of common courtesy to tell somebody if somebody else is listening in. I could tell by the way she was talking anyway, so I always kind of knew. But uh, yeah, her mom would be listening in on the conversation, so the conversations were a little bit different. Not saying that we were salacious or anything. I'm not saying that at all. Um, it's just fucking weird. pretty personal for you. Talked about it a bit on TBS last year. I unfortunately I was there for most of it, but I was busy with something and I didn't hear the whole thing. But I don't think I got to see that part. The thing is, though, Damone, there's a lot of things that I would like to move on from, but like when people just they will just repeatedly come at you and come at you and come at you and lie and lie and lie, and then when you just try to give your side or straighten things out, uh, they'll come at you again. So like it's hard to move on from anything around here. You can either just ignore it and let people believe lies about you, or you can try to prove your case, which then they just say that you're starting the bullshit. But even if you never mention them again, they're still gonna fucking keep talking about it. You know what I mean? So there's no like you can't move on from anything without totally leaving altogether, which a lot of people have. Yeah, that's the thing, Bryden. That's how I feel about it. Is some catchers have more than 100,000 subs, and we have less now because it used to be pretty easy to get 200 people watching a live stream. You don't see those numbers anymore. So a lot of good people have gone, and part of that was because some of them were constantly being accused of being Megan. I I could think of a few that totally left because of that. And yeah, there's just a few a few hundred people that pay attention to this stuff. So we are not really. I really don't consider us a part of the pred catching community anymore. And if they were smart, I mean, you used to see Alex and Courtney and Musa and a few others hang out like with White Guy Wednesday and a couple of other places. They're smart. They don't show up around here anymore, and I don't blame them. So I don't really feel like any of our channels, and I'm including my own, I don't really feel like any of us are. When was the last time any one of our channels saved a kid? Yeah, I mean there are people, and I respect the ones that just come out and admit, hey, I'm only here for the drama. I don't give a fuck about your cause. I I respect the ones that say that. You're ignoring it. People can ramble on. This was a tough one. Changed your outlook on this community entirely. Specifically, what you've been up to, where you choose to focus your attention. Fuck sides. I agree with fuck sides, and I also agree that just think about it. The the catchers and decoys and everybody else that they're up on panels hours and hours and hours every week. If that same, and it goes for everybody, right? If that same amount of energy and time was spent actually trying to catch Preds, I mean, think about that. Well, Preds. See, that's the thing. There, I obviously couldn't tell you how many there are, but I work with a group that's uh, pretty much right here in my backyard. If they ever get one that's closer to where I live, I'm gonna go. Um, but there are people that came from this community that started their own pred catching thing, but they don't go anywhere near YouTube with it. They record everything and they preserve all the evidence and hand it over to the cops, whether the cops want it or not. Uh, and we make sure where I come in is helping to make sure that everybody in their life knows what they are. You look up their Facebook people and Instagram, whatever, and you make sure that everybody on their friends list sees the chat logs and the catch. But they don't. In fact, I get yelled at for even mentioning it. But yeah, they don't dare talk about it around here or put it on social media because it brings too much bullshit, and they just want to focus on catching the motherfuckers. All right, Bryden, take it easy. Oh yeah, holographic scopes are nice. They're starting to get when they first came out, they were, I had some first generation stuff, and they were really expensive. But I'm glad that they're getting more common and cheaper now. Slapped it on an AR pistol, cool. Yeah, the AR pistols are a lot easier with a holographic sight because they're just unless you have the brace, the illegal brace, they're kind of hard to they're kind of hard to aim. Yeah, you got to learn. That's the thing is too many people don't even bother learning how to use their iron sights. And to me, you need to master iron sights before you start going with lasers or holographic stuff. I mean, lasers are okay for low light situations, but you really need to learn how to master the iron sights before you start using anything else. I was watching a true crime thing. I forget what the case was, but this dude swore under oath that he saw his friend. The issue was is it was attempted murder. Uh, this dude shot a guy, but the guy ended up living, and they charged him with attempted murder. And his defense was, "Well, if I wanted him dead, he'd be dead. I wasn't trying to kill him. I was just trying to wound him." And his friend testified in court that he saw him with an SKS 7.62 by 39 shoot a bird off of a wire at 1,000 yards with iron sights. Now, tell me, how much of a bird can you see at 1,000 yards, with, especially with iron sights covering it? You know, they put 1,000 yard meter sights on SKSs, but that's wishful thinking. After about 300 yards, they're not that great. Oh yeah, dude. Before the Clinton ban, you could get Russian SKSs for $99 and Norinco Chinese SKSs for $89. Right before the ban went into effect, I bought a bunch of them, and then after the ban went into effect, uh, you could still own everything that they banned. It was just they banned stupid shit like you couldn't have a bayonet lug anymore, or it was just stupid cosmetics. Like who the fuck needs a bayonet lug anyway? But because it was pre-banned and it was all there, I wound up selling them for like $350 a piece. But yeah, I used to the Nagants and everything. They used to sell them fucking things like they would have big old wooden barrels stuffed full of them, and you could get them for $100 or less. I don't know, y'all. I'm just not into it tonight, guys. I'm done. I shouldn't have wasted my free StreamYard hours. But in closing, I will say that, well, kind of the way I opened it, I'm glad that people are starting to realize that certain ones from the other side are exactly what I've said they've been all along. They'll never give me credit for it. But now that they're all turning on each other and telling everybody each other's shit, which I mean, Telly, and I've not seen it. I just heard about it. Telly going live and showing everybody all his DMs with whoever uh, would have been like me going live and showing everybody my DMs, all my DMs with Ed. You know what I mean? I wouldn't. I'm not doing that. I don't care how mad I am. Well, I'm not really mad at him, but uh, yeah, it just ain't gonna happen. Certain things are just supposed to be private, and going forward, somebody that's done that to other people. Uh, I don't know how anybody else would be able to trust somebody that does that ever again. But some true colors are being shown now, and I'm glad of it. Oh, and you know what's funny is um, I'm not going to name names, at least not yet, but a couple of them have been like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Can we bury the hatchet?" and blah blah blah. Can we put it behind us? No, fuck you, because you're just trying to snuggle up to me to get back at somebody else. I don't want to beef, but I'm not forgetting all the lies you told about me and all the other people you've hurt for your own personal gain, for clout or whatever. No, we're not going to be friends. And I'm not going to let you snuggle up to me so that I'll start telling you shit. All the nasty little secrets that I have. Not happening. Stop spreading lies that you support Tommy. I don't believe that Anthony is a Tommy supporter. He's quite the opposite. Prayers for PHI, yes, let's do that. Learning to differentiate between genuine intentions and manipulative tactics is key. Absolutely be kind. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Oh, and I definitely will be pulling their strings. All right, y'all. Stay naked.